Stop being afraid to let go. Sit here and ask yourself, and I mean really sit and ask yourself and think, what is the worst that could possibly happen if I let go? What is the worst that can possibly happen if I let go? What is the worst that can happen if I let go of this job? What is the worst that can happen if I let go of this friendship? What is the worst that can happen if I let go of this relationship? What is the worst that can happen? Is it truly bad? Is it truly the end of the world? What is the worst that can happen? And I'm honestly speaking to myself of 2024. 2024 Danaye was so fearful to let go. I was in a toxic situationship. I was so afraid to let go. I rather loved that boy than to love myself. And I'd rather hurt myself continuously and cry every week and smoke my emotions away and smoke my feelings away and to be anxious and drained and truly unhappy than to let him go. So I suffered, and I rather be drained and unhappy with my career than to chase my dreams, because it was stable money. And I'd rather hold on to friends who did not value me over losing friends of 6 years. I was so afraid to let go. I was so afraid to let go. But one by one of 2024, I let all three of them go. I let every single one of them go. And my life has never been better. And I've never been in a better mental health state, especially in my adult year. I'm not going to say just like never in my life, because I'm sure as a kid it was pretty smooth. But honestly, from what I can remember, like I'm going to just say like to being like 15, this is the best mental state I've ever been in, like literally. And I've stopped being afraid of letting go. My situationship, it was toxic. He would always be with other girls. Now, mind you, it was a situationship, not a relationship. So I'm not going to say he was cheating, but he would make it seem like we were more than what we were. Like we were genuine friends, that we are, damn near together, and we're this and that, when he really didn't care for me. And it's not all him, because I wasn't allowing it and I was still choosing to stay. But it was very, 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 very toxic. But I loved him so much, and I'd rather have a piece of a man in my life than to be alone. So I put up with it for months, and I was literally crying every day. It was moments where I was so anxious. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't meditate because it would be the worst thoughts in my head every day. I would go to sleep with horrible thoughts and I would wake up with horrible thoughts. And I felt like this is all that I had to offer in life. Like my mental health would never get any better because it went on for a year straight. So at the time, an anxious mind is all I knew. Negative thoughts is all I knew. And I didn't think anything better would happen for me. And June of 2024, he ended up constantly bringing a girl around in my face and going out with her, especially like in public. And I would just randomly see them together. And if there was a conversation, if I wanted to do anything with him, he would say we would need to go out of the city. So for him to do that with her, it just really hurt my feelings. And I said that I'm not finna keep allowing this person who clearly don't care about me to hurt me. And I'm not finna keep putting up with this shit. And I'm not finna keep settling, knowing I want a deeper connection with somebody, knowing I want an actual relationship, and knowing that I deserve loyalty, and I deserve honesty, and I deserve transparency, and I deserve an intimate connection with someone that is sacred and not shared. So I deserve better and I want better. So I got to let this go. I got to let this go. It's killing me to hold on. It's literally do or die, whether I choose myself or not. And I'm not finna keep choosing him, because that's my choice. And that's where I fumbled, and that's where I went wrong. So I have to be real about it, and I have to be honest with myself, and I have to admit that I am just at fault with hurting my feelings and breaking my own heart, because he's not being transparent. He's also manipulating me. He's also gaslighting me, but I'm aware of it and I'm choosing to stay. I love him and I'm still here. I'm putting up with it. I done saw the girl already. He done lied to me about Why we can't do anything but willing to do that in my face, that shows just how much he don't give a fuck about me, and I'm aware of it, and I'm still choosing to stay. That's on me. And I finally let him go in June. Finally let him go. Now, after I let him go, I went celibate. I actually stopped smoking for a month. I went into the gym consistently 5 days a week. I focused even more on my YouTube channel. I focused on my confidence and my self-worth and my mental health. And I realized my wrongdoings in this situation. I reflected. I realized that I didn't love myself enough and I didn't respect myself enough. And his actions was a reflection of how I viewed myself. And fast forward to October. I had a best friend of 6 years. Now, my best friend is a male. This has been a platonic relationship ever since the day we've met. We've never done anything sexual or romantic in any sort of way. He's been a great friend to me for the 6 years, and I've been a great friend for him. Whenever he needed me, I was there. Whenever I needed him, he was there. Whenever I needed a shoulder to cry on, he was there. Whenever he needed a shoulder to cry on, I was there. We lost a dear friend of ours. We literally cried our life away. We would cry ourselves to sleep. We would pray together. We would laugh together. We would be depressed together. We would be happy together. We would be anxious together. We did everything together, and that was my right hand, and I love him to this day. But he ended up getting a relationship, I want to say maybe in August, and he would ease it into me that his girlfriend wasn't a fan of me being his best friend solely because I was a girl. She never met me. She didn't know me. And she just wasn't a fan of it. You know, she has her own past and her own feelings towards opposite sex friendships. And I'm not knocking her and I'm not against it. My issue and feelings will never be with her. It was with him, because he would say, okay, she don't like us being best friends. And I would say I could meet her, to ease it out. He would be like, she just get over it. Then the next week he'll be like, okay, I'm turning my location off, but you know where I'm at. She just don't like us sharing locations. Cool. Then he hit me with, I'm just trying to be a pastor, and God says that it's not fair and it's disrespectful to God having a best friend outside of God. Cool. Long story short, you don't want to be my best friend because you're in this relationship. I refuse to allow you to keep hurting my feelings. I refuse to allow you to keep devaluing our relationship and not valuing me as a friend. So I'm going to walk away and not let go. Because I'd rather have no friends than a friend who is willing to allow an outsider to come in for you've only known for 2 months to convince you to let me go, knowing we've been friends for 6 years and it's been platonic and a genuine friendship. If that's how you want to live your life, if that logic is okay to you, I don't want you in my life. Same for him. My situationship. If that logic is okay with you of treating me like that, I don't want you in my life. And a week after that, I cut off my last friend. We've been friends for years. She had a girlfriend that we both knew. And I was, in fact, friends with the girlfriend before I was friends with her. And she disrespected me because her girlfriend was not comfortable with us being friends. And she yelled at me. And after that day, I knew that I didn't want her in my life anymore, because you don't value me as a friend. You would rather make your girlfriend happy while making me uncomfortable. And if that logic fits right with you, I don't want you in my life. And I let all 3 of them go last year. And since I let them go, I found a man who came in my life, who respected me in every aspect, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. He is now my boyfriend. He's also my best friend, and I tell him everything, and I've been to him, and he kind of took their place. So God removed to multiply. So I was afraid for nothing. I was afraid to not have a best friend. I was afraid to not have a man, and I have all of that times 10, and I have a whole man, and I have a whole best friend for me, and I don't have to worry about him devaluing me and not being a good friend to me because he has no choice. He's my boyfriend, But I just wanted to share my reasons as to why you shouldn't be afraid to let go. And lastly, one more testimony. I also, in October, quit my job. I was getting $600 a week, and I quit my job to pursue YouTube because I wanted to be big with YouTube. And at the time, I had 375 subscribers, 56 videos. I could only post once a week because I worked overnight and I would be really, really tired. I worked 5 days out of the week. I would be extremely fucking tired. And I said, you know what? I gotta go all in if I want this shit to work. I quit my job. I've been posting 3 videos a day. I've gained 400 subscribers in 4 months. I have 333 videos on my page. I have 64,000 total views. One video, 2 weeks after I quit, got to 16K views. I'm blessed. I'm grateful. And I am no longer afraid to let go because God takes away to multiply. And never be afraid to take that risk, because no risk equals no reward. And you will always be okay, whatever the outcome is. Keep your head up, go for it, and let that shit go.